I bet your child didn't know that this job could be an option. Today, we're talking about EKG technicians. EKG technicians, and they're sometimes called ECG techs, perform electrocardiograms. That means they measure the heart's electrical activity using sensors that are attached to a patient's body. They help doctors diagnose and find heart problems like arrhythmias, heart attacks, and so many different things. A typical day might include prepping patients for the tests, explaining what the procedure's like, putting the electrodes on, and then making sure that people are comfortable, running actual resting EKGs, stress EKGs, which would be like somebody running on a bike or treadmill like you've probably seen in the movies, or people that are wearing Holter monitors. These are portable devices that are worn by the patient in their normal life so you can track their heart as they move about their day. They also ensure and troubleshoot that equipment is working and recording clear data for doctors to analyze, which sometimes will involve them redoing faulty readings on someone if they didn't get the right information. Now let's go over the degree free 4 to see if this job would be a good fit for your young adult. Money. EKG technicians make between $50,000 and $70,000 plus per year, but it can pay higher than that. Pay depends heavily on where you live, and then big cities or areas with higher cost of living tend to pay a little bit more. Location. EKG jobs are everywhere. Hospitals, outpatient centers, physicians' offices, diagnostic labs, all over the country in every single area. This is an important job, and everybody's got hearts. Work environment. This is indoor work in a medical facility. There's minimal physical risk or strain, but you are working with patients, which means interacting with people who may be really nervous or sick. Schedule. Many EKG techs work full times in shift roles. So a lot of roles will require shift work, including evenings or weekends, especially if you're in a big, busy hospital or outpatient centers that have open extended hours. One thing I have seen a lot with EKG technicians is that shift work is common, so they can often work 4-day work weeks. Sometimes you'll have to be available on call, and this would be for urgent monitoring or when tests need to be rerun, depending on where you work. So, does your child need a 4-year degree to become an EKG technician? No, this is degree free. Here's what training usually looks like, including the costs. They can complete a specialized certification or a training program for an EKG technician. Programs vary. Some are fully online, some have labs and live practice, but EKG programs are offered everywhere. All of these are going to cost between $800 and $1,600 depending on where you go. They'll have to gain hands-on clinical experience, live EKGs. Many programs and certifying bodies require students to perform a minimum number of EKGs on live real people before they actually get full certification. And they'll have to get certified. Even when employers don't require certification, having one like the CET, which is a certified EKG technician, can help with getting hired and then earning more. But there are also on-the-job training opportunities available for this if you look for them. At Degree Free, when we work with 16 to 20-year-olds, we found that most of them can only name 6 to 8 jobs. That's not enough options. So our mission is to show them and you what's possible. If you think this career is cool, send this to your child and subscribe to learn about more amazing jobs.